Welcome back to Huddle Buddies.
I like that.
You like that?
Can that be just like a tenant? What's that called?
We
A tetanitis? Little like intro, just like
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
stick in people's head like tetanitis. I'm saying that wrong, but I don't know how. Tinnitus? No.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You know the ear thing where you have a constant ringing in your ear.
I just
sounds
say
like,
that. I just say a ringing in my ears, but
It's a condition. I think I have it sometimes.
uh,
It's like a phantom ringing.
well, welcome to Huddle Buddies.
Welcome.
We didn't upload last week.
We did not.
We were busy, but we're uploading this week
We
and
are.
next week, so we good.
We're good.
Uh,
We had to let it. We had to process
we
it.
had you had to process some
Yes.
things. I think we can just get. Oh well, let's talk first college. Now that college is over, Indiana goes out, beats Miami. Not surprised. I was a little surprised by how close it was.
It was Miami. There was a good game.
It
It
was.
came down to the
Yeah,
last
coming
drive.
down to that final drive, and then Indiana was like, "Hey, I turned my TV on. I was watching. They're like, yeah, no, it's gonna come down to the first drive, or to this final drive, and then Indiana picked them off. So I was like, okay,
Unfortunate though, because Carson Beck up until that point was looking really good.
yeah,
It just underthrew it a little bit, and he had the throw, but it was just a tough throw when he underthrew it.
yeah.
But
So, yeah, Indiana won. Not surprised. Congratulations to them.
do you think we have a dynasty on our hands? Do you think we have a Nick Saban
Ooh,
scenario with Signetti?
I don't think so.
No.
I think, yeah, I don't think so. I'll leave it at that.
You think so? Okay. I don't know if we have a Nick Saban situation. I feel like with NIL and the way
Yeah.
of it, having a dynasty is going to be just nearly impossible. That being said, Signetti has found a way to get around the NIL and make a great
Yeah.
team without it. Without like what, $5 million for the whole team.
Yeah, that is true. He's
so,
doing that with no
I think
five-stars.
I think we have a dynasty in the fact of they will, as long as Signetti's around, they will be contenders. I don't think they're
Yeah.
going to be as dominant as the Saban era. Especially, I mean, Miami has got, there's so many young, talented coaches. Nick Saban's just the tree of Saban. The coaching
Yeah.
tree is insane. It's almost like the Shanahan tree
Yeah.
in the NFL. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
for
every
sure.
good
It's like
coach
everybody-
comes from
yeah.
them. Yeah.
For sure.
So, but I think Indiana deserves to win.
For sure.
They were so good all season. It would have been a shame if they didn't win. It would almost
Yeah.
be like, oh, so close.
Yeah, looking for your first natty
Yeah, but they got it.
in football. Yeah. But congratulations, man. Okay, I think we can get. I think we can go to the NFL. I think we can
NFL.
jump in. We got a lot to talk about, and not a lot of time to talk about it.
Something to cry about.
Okay, let's start off with the divisional round. Happened last week. We can let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. So I think we can start off. We'll start off with Broncos Bills. We'll start off with the 1 seed games. Broncos Bills. As we all know, Broncos beat Buffalo in overtime. This was a crazy game.
So crazy. First of all, can I just
scoring.
say, I love the new overtime rules.
Yeah,
Where
no, for
everybody
sure.
gets a
Where
chance. It
somebody-
makes more
where you get
sense,
a
more
chance. Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, I like it way more. I think it's good. I used to think they should go to the college system. But I kind of like this one better because it's a full
Yeah.
drive. It's kind of, it's not a shootout, but it's a sudden death.
Yeah, no.
So I think of all the changes NFL's made, that was a good one. I
For
like that
sure.
one.
No, I think it was. It's a good medium because I remember it's like it's pretty much is coming down to the coin toss. If you win or lose a coin toss, that's if you win or lose the game.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just stupid.
Yeah, it really is.
Uh,
But now it's switched up to now it's like, hey, you want to kick first
yeah.
because
You want to see how you can respond.
yeah,
and what
you want to
need
you want
in
to go
a
on the
period.
field knowing what you need to
And
win.
you can play with 4 downs.
Yeah.
Not just 3.
You don't have to like, do we punt it?
Yeah.
Because
No,
if you get held and you have to punt, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
In the overtime, like, do you punt it in overtime?
Do you believe in your defense that much to keep them from getting to like the 40 to kick a
Because all they need is
field
points.
goal? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta. So Josh Allen, his Super Bowl dreams and hopes
I know.
end once again in sad fashion. But I feel like this was the one time where it was on Josh Allen.
Really?
He had 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Especially at the end of the second quarter when you're scrambling with 20 seconds on the clock. Why are you holding the ball out in front of you?
That's true. That and it almost like projectiled out whenever it hit.
Yeah.
I
Like, Broncos let 10 points in like the final 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's just something that you can't do. It's situational football. If Josh Allen wouldn't have fumbled it, they wouldn't have been tied. If everything else stayed the same, Buffalo would have won that game.
This is true.
You just don't have one of those turnovers. And then you go bim, bam, boom, Josh Allen's it.
I agree. If Josh Allen played better, they would have won. But I don't think it's on him.
I think it's on him.
I don't think it is. I think, like you said last podcast, you can't expect someone to carry your team every single play. You know?
That is true.
So I think he wasn't able to carry his team super well. That being said, if the rest of his team played just a little bit better, then they would have won as well. So I feel like you can look at it and say, if Josh Allen played a little better, they would have won. Well, if the defense played a little better, they would have won. If Sean McDermott played a little better, they would have won, you know? So you can't just put it on Josh Allen. It was a whole team effort.
I'm putting it on Josh Allen. Though.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that was having Buffalo had 5 turnovers.
This is true.
In the game. I think most of them, if not all of them, coming from Josh Allen.
Yeah, I will say, I watched that game. Me and my dad watched that game. It was exciting.
It was.
It was fun. It was everything you want out of playoff football.
Yeah.
Good defense by the Denver, obviously.
Yeah.
But then 33-30 at the end of overtime. Like, that's what you want from a playoff team.
Yeah, and just also 68 yards for penalties for Buffalo. You just can't have that.
This is true.
You can't have 68 yards in penalties.
That's like a whole nother player playing on the field at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Letting up 68.
And we had that controversial catch interception.
Oh, I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Okay.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. So.
And I might need you to shut up whenever I give my thoughts, because I might go on forever.
Okay.
I mean, I might need you to shut up me, not
shut you up.
Yes,
yeah.
you might. Yeah, sorry.
Shut
I didn't mean to
up.
tell you to shut up. I meant telling you to tell me to shut up. That's what I meant.
I think it was the right call.
Really?
I think it was the right call. It's difficult because it's kind of so covered up. You couldn't tell if he did have full possession of it. Were they both still fighting for it? He didn't survive the ground. If they were both fighting for it, Broncos came up with it. So, in my opinion, you can't confirm he had sole possession of it when he was down, if he was down by contact. So I think you got to play it safe and say, we can't tell, so we'll say, and it looks like at least one of the Broncos had at least a hand on it, had some sort of possession on it.
What happened to the ties go to receiver, though?
It wasn't a tie. He came out with it.
That's the problem. Anyway, can finish your thoughts.
That's kind of it.
Okay. My thoughts are, here's the thing. My thoughts aren't particularly in the fact that they called it an interception. My problem is there's been multiple other plays in this particular playoffs where the same rule apply and they ruled it the other way. So my problem is the inconsistency.
Yeah.
My problem is do or don't, but make it clear what is a catch. Because we had the play in Buffalo. No, wait, that was Buffalo. Who was the other team that had a play like that? Was that the Patriots?
No, I don't think so.
Who was it? But the more important one I'm thinking of is the Cooper Cup catch, which was this week.
Yes.
So I don't want to get too far ahead.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's already happened, so you're watching
caught
it,
it.
you'll see
He
it.
was down. He reached out.
But
then the ball came out.
Popped out.
Yeah.
And so I get it, especially watching that one. It's kind of a Des Bryant situation. When you watch it in slow-mo, he caught it, he had possession, and he took 2 steps.
Yeah.
But when he hit the ground, it came out. So if you have to survive the ground, shouldn't have that been a fumble?
Yeah.
Because it came out when he hit the ground. So that should have been a fumble.
Yeah.
Same reason the Des Bryant should have been a fumble. This is going way back.
Yeah.
Should have been a catch, fumble, recover in the end zone, touchdown. It should have been. Same reason. But the whole thing, surviving the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, do you go off of fumble, catch? Because Brandon Cooks in that scenario had possession.
Yeah.
I believe he did. You look at it, he had possession. Knee hits the ground.
Yeah.
Defender touching him. He has possession.
That should
He's on the
be-
ground. Defender's touching him. He's down.
Down there.
Right? But then you throw in surviving the ground, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
How
so
long does he have to survive the ground?
How long does he? Do you need the 2 steps?
Yeah.
But then at that point, what do you do about sideline catches? Because you can't get your 2 steps in on the sideline.
Yeah.
Does that mean? I lost my train of thought here. Like if that were the sideline, how would they have called it? Because he couldn't have got his steps in, they would have called it a catch. Probably if it were the sideline.
Yeah, at least, if he got his toes in.
Yeah, well, he got a knee in, which count a foot,
Yeah.
a toe and a knee counts as 2 feet. So it makes you wonder. It's like if it were the sideline, that's probably a catch because the defender's not coming up with it.
Yeah.
So my problem is we just need we just need the NFL to come out and say, you have to survive the ground. Regardless, in all scenarios, you have to survive the ground.
Yeah.
It's either incomplete or it's a fumble if you don't survive the ground. Instead of saying this, he had possession and he's down, stop the play right there.
Yeah.
So that's my problem. I honestly could care less whether they call it or don't call it, as long as you call it consistently.
Yeah.
Which is my biggest problem in playoff football with the reffing entirely. It's
Yeah.
the lack of consistency.
The ref teams are very
If the
inconsistent.
players don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed, that really got me. Sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a soapbox. I love refs. Reffing is a very tough job. I want to give him credit. It's hard to see everything. But the least you can do is be consistent, especially with the pass interference. Because a lot of people early on, they let him play. I remember it was the year Tom Brady won it. Last year, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Bucs. He played Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. I was rooting for Aaron. It came down to a pass interference called on Green Bay.
Yeah.
A play interference, was it technically interference? Yes. But they had been letting everybody get away with it until the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't do that. If you let them
if you
let them play it, you have to let them play it the whole game. Because now
Yeah.
you got guys who are playing how they play the entire game and they haven't been calling it. And now you're calling on the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the refs are so hyper attentive now that they're calling everything. But it's like, hold on, you can't let the players know we're going to let you play. And then when the game's on the line saying, oh, never mind, we're not going to let you play.
No,
and then you lost
there
the
are
game.
some pass interference calls that were definitely not called the last couple weeks. But
Anyway, I'm sorry. That was a long
Bills,
anti-reffing needs fixed.
Yeah.
But I mean, every sport needs reffing fixed.
Yeah. Buffalo loses to Denver in Mile High. So I think we can move on to the next game. We have Rams, Bears, another overtime game.
Give me your thoughts first.
Caleb Williams is a good quarterback, but he's an inconsistent quarterback. I think he got two in his head about being Superman. He had that great touchdown pass to send it to overtime, and then he got a little greedy. But that comes with being young. Like 3 interceptions from Caleb Williams. That's not bad. Same amount of almost the same amount of yards between Williams and Stafford in this game. Better completion percentage by Caleb Williams.
It's true. Stafford was slinging that thing everywhere, though.
He was. But yeah, no, honestly, I wasn't able to catch most of this game. I thought it was, from what I saw, good game.
Did you see, as you said, the Caleb Williams pass?
I did. That was crazy.
That might be the throw of the season.
You think so?
I'm thinking of other throws. There's been some good throws.
Well, that was just like, it was probably the greatest scramble of the season.
I know, but it
I
wasn't
don't know
really
if
a
it was
scramble. It was like a straight scramble
Yeah.
just on the other direction.
Yeah.
You just kind of was running from him, but it was beautifully thrown. I'm trying to think of other
But
passes. There's been good passes.
But he was like wide open. It wasn't like he had to pass right next to a defender too.
Yeah, I mean, he put it over the head of the defender.
Yeah.
Which off your back foot,
Yeah, but
with that yardage, pretty tough, but I don't know.
I wouldn't say throw of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say throw of the year mainly just because I haven't done my research. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to think of other great throws this year. There's been great throws, but I don't know if that great,
Yeah.
I will say Drake May's made some really impressive scramble throws, but I don't know if I
Just like that Keyshawn Booty throw
Yes.
versus the Texans.
That one, I don't know. That one was good. I feel like that was more on Booty than it was
Yeah,
May.
no.
But it was still a great play.
But how much does the receiver play into greatest throws of the year? Because you got to have a good receiver to
That's
make
true.
great throws.
That's true. He does play a lot, If he misses the ball and if he drops the ball, then the throw, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter how great the throw is.
This is true.
So it also goes on the receiver too for greatest throw of the year because you got to receive that ball.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything to say about? Right, it was a closer game than I thought. Did
Definitely.
not think it was going to go into overtime.
Ben Johnson is done really well with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to
Yeah.
say other than Bears are better than I gave them credit for. I kept waiting for them to fumble the ball.
Yeah.
And then
They just didn't.
They
And you're
didn't.
like,
They
wow.
did. They
You're
did
like,
really good.
I'm
I was
surprised
like,
that there's a chance you could be going to the conference championship.
Yeah, they did. If you're in Chicago, you're a very happy
Yeah.
camper.
But on to, this will be a really quick one. Seahawks blow out the 49ers at home.
So sad.
Not really shocked. It's just the injuries.
Is it
from the
crazy
Niners.
that in the last two games, 49ers have yet to score a touchdown against the Seahawks?
Wow,
They've kicked 3 field goals in the last 2 games against the Seahawks.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. What's the final score's been like 54-9
Yeah.
when you combine it.
It's been a big difference. Brock Purdy didn't have a bad day. Brock Purdy also had the most rushing yards.
Yes.
For the 49ers. So I think it's just the injuries.
Honestly, it really is. Now, not to take away from Seattle, though. Seattle played phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They were just constricted.
Heartbreaking to see Kittle go out with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, that was
Man.
that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like everybody's dead.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the weapons Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan are working with, and you're like, it's backups, practice squad players. Brandon
Yeah.
Ayuk is like missing in action. Where is he?
He's just
Ricky
chilling now.
Pearsall's getting shot in the chest. That was
Yeah.
last season, but it's just like, oh my goodness, what is
They
up
just
with
can't
these?
catch a break.
They just can't. And it was heartbreaking to see Kyle Shanahan crying in the press conference, or maybe not crying, holding back tears, getting choked up in the conference championship, not the conference, divisional round.
Yeah.
What was that trying? Not conference. What's it called at the end? Press conference.
The-
I knew there was conference something in
somewhere.
there. Not championship. Press conference. Just talking about how proud of his guys were. And I feel like that's the mindset you got to have if you're 49ers.
Yeah.
Your guys took a really bad season and ended up making it a decent season,
Yeah. For sure.
What did you think of it?
I think it just shows resilience in the 49ers that they were able to make it to the divisional with all these injuries and make the playoffs. It was shocking. So, I think the team I have the most respect for this season is the 49ers. With just how all these backup players went and got them to the divisional round.
It was very good.
Now on to game of the week, or game of 2 weeks ago. Patriots, Texans. Woo! We absolutely made C.J. Stroud look like a clown. We called him 4 interception Stroud up in New England. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You're on the winning side, so you choose. Do you want to wrap it up or do you want to start it off? I feel like your team has earned you the right to choose.
I will start us off.
Okay.
Man, what a game! Our defense, I think, is better than the Swarm, the Hive, whatever you call that Texans defense of yours. We absolutely constricted the Texans offense. Held them to only 1 touchdown. Y'all did go up at first, 10-7. A little worried. I was like, oh no. But we came right back. Went up 21-10 and just absolutely constricted y'all. Christian Gonzalez is just an absolute beast on defense. Milton Williams, oh my goodness. He is great. C.J. Stroud was just seeing Milton everywhere. Milton. Drake May had some really good passes. Definitely. I'm just saying we did way better than against this Texans defense than I thought. But also, I think the Texans defense was way overhyped. To be this force that nobody could score against. I think our defense is, we held y'all to 1 touchdown. And we just, you know what they say, you got to score 20 points to beat the Texans. And we scored 28. So, I thought we had a really good game in Foxborough. The snow coming down, that was nice. It was just a beautiful atmosphere. Didn't do great on 3rd down conversions. We were 3 for 14. That was one thing I think we struggled at. Definitely, I think ball security in that game was a little, I think for both teams, a little scary for us. But Keyshawn Booty did great with that amazing touchdown in the snow where he came up. Cinematic masterpiece. We had the game securing, like almost 9-minute. It was like 7-8 minute drive in that 4th quarter just to keep that ball, and we just kept running it with Ramondre or Travion, and we just kept getting those 2nd downs and then 1st downs, and that the defense couldn't do anything with it. So yeah, I think this was such a great game to watch. J. Mike, do you have anything to say?
Man, you are trying to rile me up, aren't you? You're trying to rile me up. First of all, I feel like my whole time can just be spent debunking what you just said. But 1, congratulations to New England. They were the better team. Not the better defense.
Better defense.
But the better team.
Better defense.
It all came down to Drake May versus C.J. Stroud. And Drake May's good, and C.J. Stroud was not. Okay, so congratulations. New England was the better team won. Congratulations. I just have 2 things to say.
Yeah.
Texans defense, your New England defense did very well. I question how they would have done against even a remotely good quarterback. Mm-hmm. C.J. Stroud, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, had a historically bad postseason. Most turnovers in a first 2 postseason game in NFL history. 5 fumbles and 5 interceptions in 2 postseason games. 10 turnovers in 2 games for C.J. Texans defense, phenomenal. 4 turnovers as well. Will Anderson sacked Drake May 3 times.
Wait. You got to take one of those. You can't take Drake May's interception. That was on a Hail Mary.
Technically, all of C.J. Stroud's throws were Hail Marys. He just threw them up there, if you think about it, But all that to say, okay, even if you take that out, which you can't take it out, but even if you do, there's a courtesy takeout, but also a statistical fact,
Yeah.
We'll just, we'll leave that as is. But Texans defense did phenomenal considering they were given short fields every drive just about. They were fighting on 40-yard fields. They didn't have 70-yard advantage fields to work with. They were See, I think you and me both can agree. C.J. Stroud lost the Texans this game.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
would
not
agree.
saying, I don't want to be that person to say, like, if Davis Mills came in, we would have wiped the floor with you. Like, there's no way to actually prove that. But it is a question that everyone has to have. If we had a competent quarterback who just didn't turn the ball over, how does that game turn out?
Yeah.
That's just a question that I think everybody has. Not to say New England still couldn't have done it, but just to kind of, Texans did a great job of not throwing C.J. Stroud under the bus. Texans fan base did not. They threw him under the bus very quickly. C.J. Stroud is still under the bus today. But all that to say, New England did great. I honestly, my opinion, take it as you will. My very biased opinion, but I feel like still legitimate opinion. We should have put Davis Mills in early on.
Yeah, and I know you are a Mills fan.
Mills Mafia, I don't think he's the best quarterback ever, but we always said it. And every Texans fan, not just even Texans fans, every commentator on going into this game said, for the Texans to lose, C.J. Stroud has to have an historically bad game.
And he had a historically bad game.
He beat the expect. He had a
Yeah.
historically bad game.
He
So
literally could have had a better passer rating if he would have just spiked it.
honestly, I think I'm not going to say we would have won the game, but if we punted the ball every offensive drive, I think it would have been a tighter game than if we gave it to C.J. Stroud to throw.
Do you think the Texans just should have done kind of what the Patriots did this weekend? It's third down. It's third and long. Just we'll try and throw it, but if it's not open, just throw it away and punt.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that would have turned out way better than what it did turn out, So I think Texans defense is still the best defense. I think they played overall better. They had worse scenarios and still did fantastic. I would still put them above New
I would
England.
disagree with you.
I think most people would still put the Texans defense above New England.
I would. Houston's not even in it. I think Houston's third best. And I think
no.
the two better defenses played this weekend.
I would disagree entirely. Statistically, just watching them play, I think Seattle and New England are better teams for sure. Because you look at Texans, they have.
You think I'm talking about Seattle with their defense?
Are you talking about Broncos?
I'm talking about the Broncos.
Dang, I would put Texans defense above all defenses. I think statistically, statistically they were number one. Points allowed, they were number one. I think overall they're better. Anyway, we got to move on to other games. But all that to say, heartbreaking loss. I question if C.J. Stroud's should be the starter continuing. I wonder how much, if we tried to trade him, I wonder how much we could get for him right now.
Not much. His stock went down.
Exactly. So I don't even know. And he's got that extension coming up. And the question is, do you extend him? Do you give him one more year? I say, you have a good sit down with CJ and say, we're not giving you that extension. And I'm pretty sure based on your performance, you can see why. And you have one season to change our minds, I say you go into the offseason as the Texans and it's an open job. Whoever performs best.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the conference championship games. We'll start off with the early slot, with the 3 EST slot. We have. This was a very stressful game. This was a weird conference championship. Did you watch it? Patriots come out, win it to the Super Bowl. Against the Broncos at home, at Broncos home. We are road warriors, 9-0 on the road. History made, most away wins in a single season, undefeated on the road this season. Let's have you start with this one.
First of all, my heart goes out to Broncos fans.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
I'm going to say something, you're not going to like this.
Ooh.
But I feel like even you have to give it some validity. And as I've said before, I don't want to be that guy saying, what if? Facts are facts. Facts of the matter is Bo Nick's going to play today. But I feel most people would agree with me when I say, if Bo Nix is under center, New England's isn't in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I think that's the way I think. I think most people think that. I think behind all of your bias and Drake May love, you would agree with me in saying if Bo Nix was under center, that would be a totally different game.
I don't know. I don't know if it'd be totally different. I honestly
I
don't
think it probably
so.
would have still been close, but no way if Bo Nix is the quarterback, they score opening drive and then never score again. I don't think that would be correct.
I don't know. I think people just aren't giving the Patriots defense their credit. You can't.
Here's the thing. I give them credit. I don't give them as much credit as you do, though. Because, can I just say one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the divisional round, side by side, Josh Allen and Drake May had identical games. Everyone says Josh Allen let his team down, and everyone say Drake May played phenomenally. And it all came down to their team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just shows how much, if Josh Allen had a little better team, people are saying he's the man. If Drake May had a little worse team, people are saying he needs to step up a little bit. So, I'm not saying Drake May is not good. He is great. The second best quarterback in the league this year.
Behind CJ Stroud.
Behind Matt Staffy. Behind the Stafford infection, because he gets in and he kills your defense. That's probably not going to stick. That's not that cool. But anyway, I'm trying to come up with nicknames for everybody if you can't tell. Anyway, yeah, to be honest, the weather in that game affected it a lot.
It did.
Beginning to end, it was not the same game. So I get why it was a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't help but think Jarrett Stidham, starting quarterback, is not exactly a win you want to hang your hat on, What do you think of it? What do you think of my thoughts? I don't want to say criticisms.
Yeah.
I just want to say concerns.
The thing is, Mile High is a very difficult stadium to play in. This was Drake May's first time in Mile High.
This is true. Mm-hmm.
Young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
There's playoff inexperience. Mm-hmm. What did Drake May do good in this game? Let's see. He used his legs. 65 yards on the ground for Drake May. To get the touchdown, to get the first down to win the game. Okay. What else did he do? He protected the ball. Mm-hmm. That was one thing that he struggled with against the Texans. What did he do? Not protect the ball. He protected the ball a little bit more, which I think definitely affected his play, especially in the first half. Because sometimes it looked like he was just waiting for the perfect throw when there was probably some throws he couldn't have made. So I think he probably was playing a little bit more reserved than he normally would.
Mm-hmm. Which against a defense like that, that's what you need to play that.
The Broncos played great man. Really, Kayshon Boutte and Stephon Diggs was never open.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that was a big thing. Like they just played a really strong man coverage.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the best round, but we did what we had to do to go win.
Mm-hmm. You did.
They played situational football.
Which, you're right, you do need to play situational football.
Which you need to play situational football.
Which I agree.
Josh Allen didn't do that.
I agree.
He could have just put it there, not given them a field goal.
I agree. They played good situational football.
Yeah. But that's look at Tom Brady's stats in his first Super Bowl run.
Yes.
Drake May has better stats.
I agree. Now, here's the thing. I don't want this to sound like I'm criticizing the New England Patriots. The problem is every New England Patriot, when you say anything negative or maybe a possibility, they take it as you're slandering Drake May's name. I am not. I like Drake May. I love Bakemas. I love everything about
Michael Mann.
I don't mind this Patriots team. Yeah. I like them. I like Vrabel. I like Drake May. I don't really know a lot of the other players on the team.
Christian Gonzalez.
I like the team. I'm just pointing out how this Super Bowl run leaves much to be desired from their team. Mainly speaking, the schedule, they played tough teams.
We played 3 top 5 defenses.
Yes. Unfortunately.
And we are the only team to beat all 3.
Yes. But my biggest point, speaking to this game, you scored 10 points. Mm-hmm. That, defensively, Denver had a phenomenal game. Mm-hmm. Holding a team to 10 points. Phenomenal. The problem comes from the Denver's offense not being able to score more than 10 points. Mm-hmm. And that puts you, one, you could say, well, the New England defense is just that good. They're good. You had a quarterback who hasn't thrown the ball on an actual game in 2 years.
Okay, but if he wins, he's considered great. Either way, Patriots lose this game.
No, you're right.
Either way,
I'm not.
you
I
lost
don't
to a
want to.
backup quarterback.
I'm not
knew
holding
this. And then when we go out and win, y'all are like, you guys beat up a backup quarterback. Yeah, we did what we had to do. We did what.
I'm not saying the Patriots had nothing to do with the circumstances. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying this is a deflate the ball situation. Okay, they had nothing to do with. This had nothing to do with the Patriots themselves. This has everything to do with. This is like whenever you beat the girl in a game, in a sports game. Whenever there's a girl and she wants to play.
Like,
it's a lose-lose.
If
you win, you criticize. If you lose, you get criticized.
Yeah.
I
it's
get
like
it.
This.
They played situational football. I'm just pointing out the fact that there is a lot of question marks based on if things weren't due to injuries.
But you say the same thing every week.
I know. Because the same thing has happened every week with New England.
But you gotta just say, hey, they're good. They know how to play. This was our closest game in the playoffs. 16-3 Chargers.
They're
28-16 Texans.
They're a great team.
Our closest game yet.
They're better than good.
Mainly because of the snow.
They're a great team.
You gotta admit, we probably should have won by 13. We messed up that third quarter drive.
Yeah.
When we had the ball for like almost the whole quarter, kicked it, missed it. It was really close.
Yeah.
Probably should have won by a little bit more.
I look me in the eyes when I tell you this. New England is a good team. They're better than good. I like them. Congratulations. Okay. I just want to point out some things.
Have no flaws. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just want to point out some facts that make you wonder. For example, I question their ability to take on Seattle based on their past performances.
Watch us go out and win. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying they can't.
That's all I'm saying.
This is my problem. I like New England, but every New England fan can't take any question.
I'm pulling your leg.
I know.
That.
But my leg, I have no more leg to be pulled this season, bro. I'm hanging on by a thread. Okay.
Drake May almost led the Patriots in rushing this week. If he would have gotten 6 more yards, he would have tied Ramondre Stevenson. Our run game was not strong this week. We really struggled, except really the only time we didn't struggle was that one drive in the third quarter where we took up literally almost the whole quarter.
Which was good football.
Which was
especially what you need to do in a snow game like that. The weather was insane that game.
Yeah.
You side-by-side picks of first quarter to fourth quarter.
It was crazy.
Even beginning of the third quarter.
Middle of third. Like
a blizzard just rolled in.
It's crazy because the Broncos literally, I think, only had possession for like a minute 10 for the third quarter.
Yeah, it was insane.
They did not get that ball in the third, and I think that's what we needed to do because the conditions were still good enough for the Broncos to score. And then that final quarter was just, I gotta say, we were camouflaged that fourth quarter.
I will say, people don't realize how much being the away team in away colors in a snow game helps.
Yeah,
on defense,
especially when you wear all white.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it hurts you offensively.
Yeah, because you can't see.
But at that point, if you're up, you just kind of got to rely on your defense, which is exactly what the Patriots did. They knew, hey, we are not going to be able to mount a scoring drive in this fourth quarter. Let's put it all on our defense. Which that takes guts from Mike Vrabel. He was like, you know what, third down, throw it away. They planned to throw it away and put on their defense. Especially, and that was some short fields. In that fourth quarter, it was a shorter field.
Well, because you can't really air out the ball in any way, you know?
So, that was one thing I was like, oh, that was a really bad kick. But
You may need to do what you said with Caleb Williams and just go for it on 4th down and then throw a pick on the 5-yard line if it doesn't work out.
yeah.
It's not a bad plan. Anyway,
So yeah.
I've gotten all my grievances out. Not really, but I'll stomach the rest.
So when are you wearing the Patriots gear?
Whenever you tell me to. We haven't
I
figured out
already
when.
ordered my Super Bowl jersey. It's coming in before the Super Bowl.
That's good. That's what you need. That's the goal.
You have to get it before the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I'll wear it whenever you tell me to wear it. I'll wear it.
Okay. Well, it's coming in. You're going to wear it Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
The morning of Super Bowl Sunday, if you're done with that.
I'm down with it.
Because I'm going to wear it before the Super Bowl.
Obviously.
Of course, obviously. Now, let's go on to the NFC. The two opposite games.
Totally opposite.
Two opposite games. Very offense-heavy game for this one. Coming off a very defense-heavy game.
I will. I'm sorry, I interrupted too much.
Seattle takes down Rams at home. What do you got to say? Because I know you got to say.
I gotta say, for all of my grievances, we have gotten everything you want from playoff football in the championship rounds. You get the stereotypical snow game, which is always fun. And then you get an absolute shootout for the other, you know? That's kind of what you want from football, you know? I feel like if this is your first... I definitely prefer watching the LA Rams versus Seahawks type of game. But what a game. This is like a hats-off moment to both
For sure.
teams, you know?
You're just like, man, y'all
It's
balled
just a
out.
hats-off, stand-up, standing ovation. I feel like you're happy either way. Obviously, you wanted to see the Rams in the playoffs if you're a Rams fan. But you got to be happy with just send-off. I heard a lot of people saying this should have been the Super Bowl. They should have just taken LA and Seahawks and just made this the Super Bowl. You know, and it was a beautiful game. Matt Stafford, I believe Matt Stafford is the MVP. I don't think anyone's going to beat him out. He's played flawlessly in the postseason as well.
Postseason doesn't count towards it, though.
It doesn't, but it weighs in a little bit in just overall. It doesn't matter statistically, but overall, just like it factor, it kind of does. You know, if someone absolutely, like if CJ Stroud put up, he didn't this season, but if he did, and then he had that performance, I doubt.
At least a bad
You know,
taste.
if it was between Stafford, May, and Stroud, and then CJ had that game, I'm kicking CJ out. I'm like, you're out of here. You know, especially when it comes down to like Drake May, who's now, people are saying he's an MVP candidate, and he is a candidate. And he's in the Super Bowl. That definitely weighs into a little bit. You know, he's gotten his team farther than anybody else.
He's just that good of a leader. So young.
It does, yeah.
He's a 23-year-old Napoleon.
He's my age, bro.
Yeah.
That is disheartening. He's my age, bro.
And he's in the Super Bowl.
He's in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
dude.
You're like,
That could have been me if I just was talented.
put your mind to it.
If I just was talented, bro, that
Yeah.
could have been me. If I was just better, I could be good.
If you were
dude.
just better. If you would have just started.
My life would be better if I was better, you know?
But yeah,
But I'm not. So I love the game. I don't really have much to say other than
you got to feel for the Rams punt
Yeah.
returner or kick returner.
whenever he muffed it.
When he muffed it, that led to the Seahawks to score. And that was a touchdown. So if the Seahawks don't get that,
Well, that's football.
Rams win.
That's football.
Uh,
And I understand you can say that against all my prior arguments against New England. You can just say that's football. And
But-
you can't.
Also, I think the Rams struggled in some key places. Let's look at third down conversions. They were 1 for 8 on third down. You can't do that. You gotta be converting third down because there's a lot of third and longs.
But can we also just say how well they moved the ball? They didn't find themselves in third down a lot. Like
Yeah,
the amount of times that you see the points they scored.
they just had
And how well
they
they're
just had
awful.
a big play with Puka.
Yeah. You know, like they moved the ball without having third down conversions, which just shows how well they moved the ball in first and second down, you know?
Yeah, I just think, man, there was like, Seahawks just put together an overall better performance. I think the Rams had probably better plays, but the Seahawks just didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They did what needed to be done. But it's also like, I feel like you kind of want to be getting more first downs. Slowly driving the field down, not relying on heavy explosive plays.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be methodical at times. And I feel like the Rams weren't methodical with it. Matt Stafford kind of used his legs. That was interesting to see for like one play.
He's too old for that.
That was
man.
the first time I've seen him run.
Anytime he gets out of the pocket, throw it away,
Yeah.
dude. You're too old to risk it. You're
Yeah.
too old. But I will say
But-
it's funny to watch the older dudes run because it never looks natural.
Yeah.
I used to love watching Peyton Manning run. He ran like a baby giraffe.
He
when
ran
first
really
learned how to
weird.
walk, you know?
Yeah.
Just like it's almost like head first, you know?
Yeah. But no, this was just a great game. I was really expecting the Rams to at least do something with their last drive. At least put some points up on the board to force Seattle into something, but it didn't happen. That Seattle defense is good. Probably Rams defense, probably one of the worst in the league. That's a joke. That's a really good defense. I just think we kind of saw small mistakes from the Rams, and that's what lost them the game. Which I feel like that's kind of been the Rams this playoff. It's just small mistakes.
Yeah. Against good
But-
teams.
And a lot of it on special teams. Because they fired their special teams head coach, and I think they're going to fire this
I'd
guy
like to
too.
put my name in for the job.
Yeah?
I would like to do that.
Yes.
Sean McVay, if you're listening, I'd like to be your special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
I have a very simple method. Catch the ball.
Yeah, the Rams lost on special teams. I would say that was their biggest weakness all year, especially in the playoffs, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, you got to have good special teams to win Super Bowls.
You do?
Uh,
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the stats of both of these quarterbacks?
yeah,
Both of those, not
Over
just
300.
great game and 3 touchdowns each, correct?
20,
Yeah.
3 touchdowns a pop.
I feel like the standard for a great game for a quarterback is 300 yards, 300 touchdowns,
Yeah, roughly.
with preferably no turnovers.
Yeah,
If you hit that, then you're like, oh, that's a great game. To have both quarterbacks hit that, that's a shootout of magnitude.
yeah. No, for sure. It was a great game. And both receiving yard leaders, 8 touchdown a pop, 9, 10 recorded yards, over 150 for both.
Yeah,
It was just a really good game.
it really was. Do you have any final thoughts on this game?
Man, I don't think so. It was this was a really high scoring game. Really, this game went by so quick. I was watching it, and I was like, and then it was the second quarter, and I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? I was like, after watching the Patriots Broncos game, which felt like forever,
Yeah.
which maybe because I was rooting for the Patriots.
I
It
say
always feels a
when
little
your
bit
team's
long.
playing, it's
I think
hard
with
in
how
your
low
heart.
scoring it is, and with the weather and all that, and with how nobody could produce anything on offense, it was. But this game was just quick. So yeah. I don't got anything else to say. I think we can call it there.
I think we can too. I just want to say to all my Patriot fans out there, I like the Patriots. And when I don't want to criticize them, I'm just pointing out facts that have to be considered.
Facts aren't considered when you make it to Super Bowls. We do what needs to be done, and we move on with our life.
I will say, I'm okay with this outcome because in the last 5 years, there's a certain franchise. I'm not going to say who. You know?
Yeah.
They've actually made the Super Bowl in ways that I'm like, you should not be in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that about the Patriots. I think they
We
benefited
don't-
from
but we-
some situations.
We benefit from situations,
But
the
they've still
other team
earned it.
benefits from refs.
Exactly. Yes. Which, like you said, situational football. They did what they needed to do in the
Which is what I heard
circumstances
from the
to win.
Texans. Why they win, even though they would only win by a couple points.
They
a
did
field
what
goal.
they needed to do to survive, and they did
Yeah.
it. So credit to them. My problem is
Give me their.
the
give me
Patriots
flowers.
fans are just so fired up. No criticism to
The
this.
thing
man.
is, it just shows how good Patriots fans are
They are
at playing the villain.
They defend their team right or wrong.
But we are great at playing the villain. Chiefs fans aren't.
That's true.
Chiefs fans want you to love the Chiefs.
You guys are like
we don't care if you love us.
hate me or not.
Hate me or not, we're us. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and I get that. But the problem is like Patriots fan. Just because we mention certain facts that have happened that benefited you, it doesn't mean we are criticizing your team or your quarterback. We're not slandering you or saying you're not good.
I'm just saying
we're just pointing out.
And
facts.
we got a lot of money to spend over this offseason too. Just think
because
about
Robert Kraft is.
Robert Kraft is. Do we think Robert Kraft is definitely going to the Hall of Fame?
Do they have owners for Hall of Fames or Hall of Fame for owners?
Owners can go into the Hall of Fame, and I think Robert Kraft should go in there.
Okay, I'm not against that. I'm just shocked to find out an owner can go into.
I'm pretty sure owners can.
I didn't know that. But don't you feel I feel like that's more of a business Hall of Fame than a football Hall of Fame. You know?
No, because I think because the owners have part into
hiring GMs,
into hiring people and all that. Like he brought in Bill Belichick, he brought in Mike Vrabel.
Not Bill Belichick, his son, right?
Huh?
He brought in Bill Belichick's son, right? Wait, are you talking about currently right now?
No, I mean in the past.
In the past, okay.
Like just throughout his tenure as owner.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Bill Belichick's son coaching now for the Patriots?
I think so. I heard Belichick somewhere.
Yeah, or is it Kubiak? I always get them confused.
I don't remember.
They both,
I
think, coached for Texans. That's weird.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is I think he has brought 3 totally different Patriots teams as an owner to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
You got the 2000 Patriots, the 2010 Patriots, and now the 2020s Patriots.
You're right. Yes, they're the most successful franchise in NFL history, and that's saying a lot considering the '90s Cowboys and Steelers.
Yeah. Well, let's call it there. On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, break.